So I start off with using the Pore Fessional primer and my regular Complex 15 moisturizer. After that, I continue on to using the Mehron Liquid Latex in shade Light Flesh and just using a square sponge and toilet paper layering that on. Now, I didn't like the sponge being used, so I actually wound up just switching to a regular art brush from Michaels. To put my brows down, I use just a regular glue stick, followed by taking my Real Techniques lash-brow groomer just to brush through them, and then placing the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in colored peach right on the ends. Just using a no-name brush from Amazon, I'm just going to use that to press in that concealer on the ends of the brows. From the IT Cosmetics, the Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder and another no-name brush, and press that right into the outside of those brows just to seal in that concealer. Now I'm going to go in with the Jordana Sculpt and Go Contour Stick in the shade number 3, Deep, using my Real Techniques setting brush just to press that in. I'm just using it to shade and darken underneath the eyes and around where I'm going to be really making that latex toilet paper look like dead skin, like I'm basically rotting from the inside out. Now I am dabbing on my Fit Me Maybelline Matte Poreless concealer in shade 220 Natural Beige, and just dabbing that on the forehead and using a Morphe Beauty sponge to blend and push that into the skin. I'm also covering up the liquid latex because you can put makeup on it. Even though it's flesh color, you can still paint over it with face paint or makeup, whatever you want to do, you can do it with it actually. Now after getting the coverage that I feel like I want, I go back in with my Jordana Sculpt and Go and just darken in those areas again, and then do the same thing with my Real Techniques brush. Now I make sure that I pay special attention to anywhere where I put that liquid latex, and then I darken in and shadow and shade those areas. I really want it to have some depth and some different contrast between the brown and skin, liquid latex. It really needs to look like rotting flesh. Now I'm just using my Laura Mercier setting powder and my Morphe E3 brush just to set that, and then I realized I did not have any concealer on my lips, so I did that real quick and blended it out with a Morphe G40 brush. Now for the brows, I'm going to map out my desired shape with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. Then I will take the Makeup Geek gel eyeliner in shade Immortal and a Morphe R44 brush and draw the rest on. Now I tell you, the struggle with the brows was real. This goes against everything that I want to do for my brows, so I was really having some issue here, as you can see. Now to try to save the shape of the brow, I go to my everyday use of my Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer and just another no-name Amazon brush and just kind of carve that out. Now I take my jumbo eye pencil in shade 601 Black Bean and put that all over the lids and then blend it out using a Morphe R33. Now I'm going to take the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and the Real Techniques base shadow brush and just this black color right here, and I'm going to place that all over the lids. Then I buff it out using the Morphe M504 brush. Now going back into the Kat Von D palette using the Morphe R37 brush, I'm just going to be dipping into those browns and tans and taupe colors and really darkening under those eyes, really shadowing and shading into where I need more dimension and depth look, I guess, looking good. And now I'm going to take the Morphe M50 brush. It is just a small detailing blending brush, really great for under the eyes, and going to be using that one to really get that under eye depth look. Taking the Morphe NBZ bronze palette and another Morphe brush, this is from one of their sets, I believe it is the copper set. I'm just going to be taking that top color there and just really darkening around the face, underneath the lips, basically contouring the face, but not to be lifted and alive, but rather to be dark and dead. and going literally back and forth between detailing brush, bronzing brush, different palettes, and different shades of brown and tan and taupe and even black. I am just really detailing and getting all those areas that I want to look more dead and more decayed. Now I am taking a small set of scissors, and I am sorry I am not in the camera view, but I am just cutting that latex. Now that it's all dry, I am just literally cutting, being careful not to cut my own skin, but cutting inside that latex and lifting it up, taking away those strips, and then placing black shadow and brown shadow in those holes. This is really going to add more dimension and literally actually look like I am decaying from inside out. Gosh, you guys, I bet if you took a shot for every time I said dead or decaying during this video, you would be really drunk by now. Now I am taking my Morphe Y11 brush. This is from their gold set, and I am just going to buff some more of that bronzing palette from them and even some of the Kat Von D colors and just really guess what? More decay look. Just darkening those lids a little bit. And then I'm going to take my CoverGirl Midnight Matte eyeliner from the Katy Perry line and also my Real Techniques accent brush and just color in that waterline. Really get it dark. Now I didn't feel like the black color from the Kat Von D palette was dark enough, so I wound up taking my Morphe 35C palette and the black inside there and using that to finish up all the really dark black detailing that I wanted to do, as well as using that same palette with a small no-name Michaels detailing brush to create all of those hieroglyphic symbol things on my face. I really don't know what they're called, but you know what I'm saying, right? Fun little detail is when I start doing the ones on my right cheek there, those are actually all my kids' initials. I figured, what the heck, I gotta try to get them in there some way, right? So you can see there's a C right there and a T for Christian Thomas, and then I kind of start skipping around, but they're all there. Now I didn't want to use lashes that were going to be too dramatic, so I'm using House of Lashes Mon Cherie, and I felt like these ones were perfect. They gave a little bit, but not too much. Now all there is left to do is to throw on a wig, and that is the completed look. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new, and have a wonderful Halloween. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Love you. What do you think of my face?
Ew, you got that. Is that? Or is it?
Hello. So that's it. This is the final look. The doorbell rang.